super cheap shop.
We're just talking about how Riley has echo pants. I don't think I've... You actually want a true story? This is kind of depressing because I got bullied so hard at school, right? In Australia, we have to wear uniform to school. But every now and then, they would do a gold coin donation free dress day, and we got to dress whatever clothes we wanted. Well, I went to like 2 of them wearing the same shirt and same clothes because these were my favorite shirts and clothes, right? Like every kid, right? You want to wear your favorite clothes, right? But no, everyone at school said I was poor, we couldn't afford clothes, and made fun of me for it. So the next time I went out, I made my parents buy me a $70 Echo shirt, a red one, with like that really thick plastic Echo Rhino logo on the chest. And it was my favorite shirt after that, so then I just kept wearing it to school. And then people still made fun of me and it didn't solve the problem. But anyways, welcome back to the channel, everybody. Daikie's back.
Daikie!
He had a great weekend at Okuibuki.
Okuibuki? No, Okayama.
No, Okayama. No. Bihoku. We got there in the end. Yeah, kind of in Okayama. But then we go back again.
Yeah.
We go back again like tomorrow or the day after.
10
So,
hours.
huh?
10 hours.
10 hours? 8 hours? 7 hours? Well, you're driving, so maybe 5 hours.
10 hours.
So we have to go to Okayama for FD, which is the final round, and we are prepping the FD car. And I figured it would be really good to show you guys at the start of this video, like what goes into making sure that you're all good for the weekend, you're gonna be like A-okay to perform, right, in a competition car. That's what we're doing. We're going over everything on the car. Right now, I have Daikie doing a complete bolt check, and he marks everything, rubs off the old mark, puts a new mark on, that he's checked every single nut and bolt on here. One thing about competition cars is your angle kit is to the max. You're getting like 70 degrees, sometimes more of angle. And when your car is doing things that it wasn't meant from factory, like that, things tend to get a little loose geometry-wise and all that kind of stuff. So it's really important to check all your nuts and bolts. It happens on every angle kit. And I just want to do a massive shout out to Just Engineering because out of all the angle kits I've driven on, I love this the most. It doesn't have that weird, no offense against Wisefab, but it doesn't have that weird Wisefab feeling. That's the only way I know how to describe it. This just feels like a cut and shut Yashio knuckle, but with way more lock. It's amazing. I love their kits. Go hit them up if you want one. I think you can use coupon code SAMMIT for 10% off too. Otherwise, every nut and bolt is getting done. I'm doing fluids. We're doing diff oil change. We're doing, that's the transmission. Transmission oil change and diff oil change. Funny story, G-Force only has like 1 liter of oil, but my diff has like 6. Actually, it's probably a little less than that, but still, isn't that wild that the G-Force doesn't, like, it takes like not even a liter, it's like 900 milliliters or something. It's wild that dog transmission takes so little oil, which is why it's so important to change it every single round. And just to give you an idea, the oil that we use, if you were to buy at retail, is $900 a 20 liter drum. And if you go 1 liter, 4 liters, and then the engine takes like 6, and then after every day that we're in competition, we're changing the engine oil again, it adds up very, very quick. And if you start taking into account tires, E85, and all that type of stuff, you can understand why it's pretty much like $1,000 every 2 or 3 laps in this car. But yeah, anyways, a little bit of insight. We're draining the diff. I love my Winters diff. I haven't had a single issue with this thing. Touch wood. And yeah, that's it. We're checking over everything. That's what we're doing. We're in the process of changing engine oil, and I just want to show you guys this. Like, the Stream looks brand new. And this is with an engine that runs like it's like E95 really, but ethanol always contaminates oil to some degree and makes it milky and kind of gross. But look at this, after drifting at Nikko circuit, looks amazing. Seriously, this HKS oil is wild. There's a reason why it's so expensive, but also really, really good. So massive thank you to HKS for their continued support. And this is solely the reason why my engine has not had a single issue in 2 years, which is insane, honestly. Everyone always refreshes their engine and stuff every year, but we've been really, really fortunate with this one. It's a good one, so we're good. But yeah, it's pretty much God tier level oil. We now finished prepping the FD car, and I was even able to give it a little bit of a wash. We're just working on a new heat shield that's going to go in between here and separate the brake line from the hot turbo side and everything. And once that's done, that'll slide in there and we'll be ready for this weekend. But for now, I think we need to do a little bit of an update on the Stagea and show you all the fresh interior that Riley's been working on switching over to that car from the donor car. This turned out great. Dude, the seats from the other one, so much nicer than what was in here before. There was 180SX seat in here, so we were able to switch out all the seats from the other Stagea and it looks incredible. I'm really happy with how this turned out. We were able to get a couple little trim pieces too that were missing and switch those over. But yeah, the car is looking amazing interior-wise. We also gave everything a little bit of like a carpet shampoo with the carpet cleaner and things came out pretty good. The trunk looks incredible too. We changed the rear out for this as well. And this is the OEM one that came out of the part Stagea. But yeah, overall, I think this looks great. And I didn't even know this at first, but the rear seats are fully reclinable. It's a little reclinable thing here and you can recline them as much as you want. Well, a couple degrees. Reclinable rear seats is OP. I think the next interior mode that has to happen is this wheel. We need to put a natty on it because this just ain't it. And now would be the perfect opportunity to remind you guys, every dollar that you spend on SAMMIT.net gets you automatically entered for a chance to win this Stagea that we're giving away on the channel. There's a ton of new designs and shirts and hoodies on the website. It's starting to cool down now, so it's a good time to grab a hoodie. So make sure you go there and grab yourself as much as you can. I cannot wait to see which one of you lucky guys gets this thing. But for now, we need to get back onto some FD prep stuff. And for more information on the giveaway, make sure you check out the official rules on the website. So we're flushing all the brake fluid so that we've got the same high temp stuff in there. The stuff we put in at the track when we had the issue, I'm not sure what brand or make it was, and it's better to just flush it. Okay. And it should be good now. I don't think it'll be an issue ever again. We redid that whole brake line, so it should be out of the way of any excessive heat. I cannot wait to drive this weekend. Big track.
Ready to crash this?
Oh, I'm so ready. Last round and there's a wall to ride. I'm so excited. I've already figured out the distance in the rear. Before we hit my rear radiator, I have this much space of crumple zone. But we also have a spare radiator in case we hit. It's gonna be a good weekend.
Yeah.
I'm gonna turn this thing up.
Daikin and I packed 4 hammers.
Nice. What about the sliding hammer?
We put the sliding hammer too.
Hell yeah. We're gonna probably need it. Hopefully not, but maybe. We're now finished checking over everything on the car. I even checked the tune and made sure everything was good there. There was one thing I forgot to do a while back. If you guys remember, we had some issues with the PDMs and I thought the ECU somehow got fried, so we had to like load a backup file. I forgot to recalibrate the throttle body. So that's probably why the car would kind of stall when I would take my foot off the throttle. Now it's calibrated and it's acting as it was before. Very rookie mistake, but hey, you know what? I always have a habit of learning things the hard way, it seems. So we're good now, and now I'll never forget that ever again. But the car's ready. I'm excited for this weekend. I think it's gonna be good. It's the last round. We got a wall to ride against. I'm happy, and the car is probably gonna feel the best it has ever felt. Right?
Yes, and you're gonna crash it, right?
Probably. How you doing, Daiki? This is like a full New Zealander's like tradie outfit. He's got the boots, he's got the shorts. Today's pretty cold too. It's like, 18 degrees. Yeah. Do you need a ciggy? You want a smoko? Take a smoko break? It's time to figure out, I guess, if we got scammed or not with this car. Now this thing rocked up here with a little bit of a misfire. The seller said that it didn't used to have a misfire and it was probably just gonna be plugs or something. And that was something that kind of raised my eyebrow, but I mean, you know, these things happen. Used car. Sounds like a Subaru right now. Actually. Now this could be a bunch of things, but to diagnose this properly, because we're running a stock Nissan ECU, I'm actually going to be using Okachum's water temp meter. This is the version 3 or 4?
3.
3. It does have a GTR faceplate, but it's the same identical thing. Now, what I've got this thing set to right now is it's going to tell me what the ECU is trying to put in timing-wise and what RPM we're at. So right now, the ECU is not putting any timing in, so it should be at 0 degrees on idle. So I can use that with a timing light to then make sure the cam angle sensor is in the correct position. Because this thing is fully clocked this way, which also makes me wonder, right? From what I can see, this looks like an NA RB25 that's had a turbo on it. So an NA RB25 plus T, right? DE plus T. If this doesn't have a turbo ECU, this thing's probably pinging like crazy, but I don't know. We need to figure that all out and work out what's going on and whether or not this thing needs a new engine. And we are nowhere close to 0 degrees. So we're gonna start there, get this thing where it should be ECU-wise. I'll check on the ECU what stamps on it to make sure we've got a turbo one or an NA one, and then we'll kind of go from there. But I think you guys know that no matter what we're gonna discover, I'm gonna definitely make sure that this thing leaves here in Japan with something a little more my style. So I've got the timing fixed. The car does still kind of have a hesitation though. But what's even weirder is this has to be fully turned max this way for it to be on the money. It's actually like right up against the bolts here. So that makes me think that maybe the timing belt could be like a tooth off or something, which is really odd before we do a compression test. But at least we got the ignition timing sorted out. I want to open the factory ECU box and just see if there's a NIS tune in there or some kind of aftermarket chip or EEPROM. These get EEPROM'd all the time in Japan, and there's no way to know unless you open the ECU. I always recommend if you import a car from Japan, before you fill it up with your local gas, there are differences between Japan gas and USA gas, especially the high octane mixes, different additives and things like that. I know they say that the octane ratings are like different and stuff like that, and they should be very similar and the same, but there is differences for sure. Like I've seen cars that are full with Japanese high octane that's rated at around 100 at the pump, and then you go to the USA and they say that how it's measured is different, but 93 should be the equivalent of Japanese high octane. But then when you fill the car up on that, it just pings to death. Like you can hear the engine pinging and detonating on that gas. So if it's got a factory ECU, it shouldn't do that. But if it has an EEPROM'd in there and it's been tuned for Japanese E85, not Japanese E85, Japanese high octane, you're gonna have a bad time, like a really bad time. You're gonna blow your engine up, which is why you see so much bad rep for these Japanese engines, I feel, is because people just don't know that their car has a mapped EEPROM in them, and they just fill it up with, 87 or 93, 91, and just go rip on the car and detonate it to death and blow it up, especially SRs. SRs will not have that for much. And yeah, anyways, Nissan engines get a bad rep overseas. Just check what ECU you have in them. Just put a link plug-in ECU in there. Put in whatever ECU you can that's tunable and just go get it remapped for your gas. Anyways, I'm checking the airflow sensor, and while I'm here, I'm putting in this pod filter that we got at Up Garage in a previous video that is in way better condition than this thing. This thing is gross. Get this last bolt out and I'll show you, but it is clogged up, and I won't be surprised if it's not getting any air in it whatsoever. Look at this thing. It's filthy. No thank you. In the bin. That was satisfying. And we got this brand new one. And I think this one's gonna sound cooler with the turbo surge. Look at this bad boy. Woo. So it has this backing plate, and I need to get a massive hose clamp, which I have here. And that goes on there like that, and then the hose clamp goes around there, and we're gooch. And this is the Sus Power Core Type LM by Blitz. Looks brand new, look at that. Hell yeah. So, put this plate on, which I hope is the same. I never checked if this was for a Skyline or not. I just assumed, oh, that looks like a Skyline one. The answer is no, it's not a Skyline one. This doesn't fit at all. Damn it! So I took the ECU out and it does look like it's just a normal stock turbo R34 RB20 DET Neo ECU. The part number here matches up with like an ER34 with a turbo engine. And everything inside here looks great. It's just a stock ECU. There's no daughter board or anything like that, or Nistune or any changed EPROMs or anything. So I think we're good. I don't see any damage anywhere or anything like that. Components look amazing. So I think this is a good, just factory stock RB25 Neo turbo ECU. I just took all the coil packs out of this thing to do a compression test. All of these plugs are loose, like hand loose, just like spinning on this. Oh my gosh, I found a misfire. What the frick? That has to be it. Oh my gosh. Daiki, have you ever seen this? What? How does this even happen? Here's a plug. I've never seen this happen before. Look at that. All the plugs are loose, Daiki. Meet it. So loose. Nothing is tight. Oh my gosh. Now, this one's a little tight. That one's good. All right, what about this one? No, loose too. That's the only tight one there so far. What about this one? Loose too. What is going on? Oh my gosh. This is hilarious. I've never seen that happen to a plug in my life. That's funny. Okay, well, the first for everything. I guess we're putting brand new HGS plugs in this, which pains me because that's like $200 worth of plugs, but you know. We're in cylinder number 6. Usually I start with 1, but 6 is normally the heartbreaker. So let's start with 6 and hope that we don't have any problems. I'm gonna go in the cabin, disconnect the cam angle sensors so the injectors aren't working or the fuel pump, a little quick hack. And I'm gonna have my foot on the gas so the throttle's fully open. Let's go. Let's see what number 6 wants to get us compression-wise. How are we looking?
190.
That's good. She's warm too, so that's probably gonna be cold around like 165, which is actually on the money. That's really good. All right, well, compression's good. Put some new plugs in, put the coil packs back in. I don't even think I need to change them. I think it'll be fixed. Just literally, I bet you it's just been plugs this whole time. I'd go around and like jiggle the harness and then it would kind of like disappear and then come back and disappear. And I'd go and like unplug things and plug them back in, and like it was just so hard to do because it was intermittent. Is that the word? Yeah. All right. Start her up. Oh, it's fixed.
That sounds really good.
Way different. Wow. What a difference. There you guys go. Man, let's ship it to the winner. No, we're not done. What a difference. All because of just a broken plug. That's crazy, right? And you wouldn't have known unless we went in there and did a compression test. Great stuff. All right, well, that solves that problem. Let's put all these bolts back in and we should be good. I'm pretty happy with today. This thing sounds so good now. Daiki, do the honors. Make this thing sing for me. And don't worry, it's warmed up. Come on, let's hear it. Let's hear it. Daiki always loves a good bit of fun. Bit of throttle action. Little throttle action. This thing's been idling and running for a while, so Let us sing, buddy. It sounds so good now. No misfire. Meep, meep. Oh, how's the horn sound? Oh. What? Yeah, it all works. Yeah, look. How good's that? She do be idling nice. Oh, there's one thing we need to do, Riley. Go get it off my desk upstairs. The two things.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. Oh, we need to do that right now. So fortunately, you can still buy some things from Nissan for this car. One of them being the factory OEM Stagea stickers. There we go. Stagea logo. Be cool if they had like a, you know, a placement like thing that you could put here that would line up this perfectly, but that's on. Now, we got probably the most expensive item. 34 GTR Nissan OEM badge. It's gonna go here like that. It's gonna make it all like that. It's gonna make it. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna make it more, I was gonna say like authentic, but it's obviously not a real GTR, but it is a GTR front end and bumper and everything, so it just makes it that little bit better. This is kind of like me putting a Chevy badge on a Commodore with an Ecotec V6 in it. So I kind of think this is funny and ironic and I shouldn't be doing this, but at the same time, I should be doing this. How's that look? Oh, so much better.
Looks kind of like a GTR.
Don't want to ask how much that one little emblem cost me. If any of you guys that win it don't like the emblem, just put it on eBay and make some money because they're not cheap. You know what? I'm going to leave this in the glove box for you because then you can probably just sell it like it was brand new and make bank. But anyways, guys, I really hope you're liking the progress on this thing. It feels good to finally have some time to start working on this too. Obviously, I'm planning to take the engine out anyway so that we can do the engine bay. And while the engine's out, it would be the perfect opportunity to kind of swap something else in there. So once again, let me know in the comment section, what kind of build do you want to see? Like more of like an OEM plus, something nice, or do you want to see something a little extreme, that kind of thing? But yeah, we haven't got long now. I think there's only like 3 weeks left before the giveaway ends. So we need to act fast. Anyways, guys, that also means you guys need to act fast. SAMMIT.net. Said that like multiple times, but anyway, you get the point. This thing's awesome. I'm glad we solved the misfire issue and it was just plugs. So weird, I've never seen plugs break like that, but hey, it's all fixed now. Next thing, definitely needs a Nardi. We're doing a 350 or we're doing a 330? Probably 350 because it's a big car. Anyway, I'm ranting. Thanks for watching, guys. Like, comment, share, subscribe, and I will see you all in the next one. Driving the FD car, smashing into walls. Daiki, sign this out.
Subscribe.
Hey!
Yay.
GTR. 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 GTR.